The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has released the results of the 2025 UTME resit conducted for 336,845 candidates affected by the technical glitches. Now, only 1% scored above 200, while 99% fell below. A total of 21,082 candidates, representing 93%, were absent without explanation. JAMB has extended a mop-up exam opportunity to all absentees and others who missed the main UTME. The board attributed low performance to widespread irregularities involving candidates, schools, and CBT centers. It also confirmed no high scorers in the canceled UTME sessions across the 5 Southeast states and Lagos, with most candidates scoring below 200. Following deliberations with external examiners, JAMB approved the release of withheld results of underage candidates and those involved in online misconduct, stating it was a one-time waiver. While our Rise News analyst, Dayo Sobowale, joins us now to discuss and analyzing these alarming JAMB UTME resit results, showing that 99% of test takers scored below the average threshold. The discussion will examine how these figures exposed critical flaws in the Nigerian education system. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Does this mean that we are channeling ourselves into a future of Olodos? Because I don't understand this 99%. What is going on here? Even the resit.
Right. But you can see that the people reeling out the figures are comfortable with it.
It seems like.
You can talk of mass failure. But this is total failure.
Total.
Because you are only 1%.
On a batch failure.
What tickles me is that they are comfortable with that. And they are the people giving out the statistics. So something is wrong somewhere. There is a serious communication appreciation problem between JAMB and the society. Children study for exams to pass. If you are, okay, unfortunately, it is not JAMB that is teaching them. It just sets exams. Now it has blamed the students, it has blamed their teachers and all that. But then, there's something called compunction. That you look at your conscience. It is lacking in the way the management of JAMB is looking at the failure results. I would be embarrassed if I am head of an examining body and people come to do the exams and 99% keep on failing. It's a disgraceful result, and it is very, very unprofessional. But you see, people from the Southeast have called for the resignation of the head of the place, the professor. But he has come out now to say that he will not resign, that truck drivers also should not be talking about pilots. See, it shows crass arrogance and impunity on non-performance. They have not performed, whether they like it or not. And the world is not crazy. You don't have an examining body, examining people, and 99% keep on failing. It should be scrapped.
Even after the second time.
That's right. And even look at them. See, they are a bit nonchalant or callous. Some of those students, we were told, were writing other exams at the same time. Competing exams with the JAMB ones, they left them up. They were told to postpone it. I read in the paper. So I asked them to take some time and postpone it. But they listen to nobody, and they are reeling out figures of failure, and I think they are celebrating it too. It's anomalous, it is uncalled for.
What does this portend for the future of our country? We see how we talk about legacy issues in the country. We talk about the issue that we don't have infrastructure. Some of our traditions are, out of place. Our technology is not implemented well enough. Now it seems that the children who are supposed to, take care of us in our older age might not be able to because they don't have the education and the foundational principles that they need to do so. What is it going to spell for Nigeria as a country? What is it going to spell for the world in general?
You see, the youths are the future of any country.
Very scary.
If we are at this stage, maybe these people have been directed to limit the number of students that go for university education. You know, maybe somebody, some wise man, thinks that not everybody should go to the university, but they should make such directives apparent and transparent for all of us to see. Because you cannot be condoning failure, and rationalizing failure. It is not done. You have mentioned failure in several sectors, infrastructure. You see, this is only going to add to our woes in the present and in the future. Because if people don't get access to good education, if they don't get access to employment, there will be an explosion of anger. And when that anger comes, it will affect not only the economic system, but the political system.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that for now.
Beyond formal schooling, what factors, what role do you think parental involvement plays in all of this? Access to study materials, even just light, steady electricity, tutorial centers. What does all of this have to do with the better performance of some of these students? Is it something that can be looked into in order to help this helpless situation?
The JAMB people have mentioned all these points you mentioned as causes of the mass failure. But then, you see, like I said, it's not everybody that has to go to university. I'm not trying to rationalize failure. If people don't prepare well for exams, they will fail. But if people prepare well for exams and the curriculum is in tandem with the examination, they should pass exams. They should pass exams. I will be embarrassed to work in a system where we examine people and almost all of them are failing for year in, year out. They say the only year in 2016, they have 1 point something, it's not even 0.9% passing. It is not on. It is not on. And government should not condone this sort of thing, except government too is complicit. It's complicit that they do not help people to go to universities again. Otherwise, it doesn't augur well for a future.
Yeah, nobody...
I wrote an essay sometime, got a prize for it. It said the youth of this nation are the engine of future and national development. And the foundation should start from entering university. So we should provide access for people to enter university. That is what you call inclusion. Talk of inclusion in the financial space, let people have access meritoriously into the educational system up to the highest level. That's the right of every Nigerian student.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, riding on the metaphor of children being the engine of the future, it seems like we have major engine failure, so we need to call the mechanic. What is the mechanic in this? What is the way forward? Is it that when we do these tests, like the people who organize these tests, do they dumb it down? Is it time to start dumbing down the curriculum? To start assessing expectations to what is closer to reality? It's not a nation of geniuses, it's a nation of individuals who are failing tests.
We reappraise our methodology. We reappraise it. They have mentioned it. That's the own side, why the failure is justified. On my own side, I'm not involved with them, but I'm a Nigerian and a patriotic one. They should try and assess how their curriculum fits with the questions they're answering the students. Let them interview them. We are not a nation of dollars. And the two areas where these things are happening are the areas where people value education most. They cannot be sending only the morons in their midst to go and do
not the morons, Mr.
And we are talking of Lagos, we are talking of Southeast.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. This is where people value education more than ever. Let the government have a hand in finding out what is happening. Finding out what is happening. If the professor says he will not resign, yes, but let the government call him to order and find out why 99% of students keep on failing because they want to enter university. It's not logical. It's not real.
It's not logical, and it doesn't portend well for anyone's future. No one benefits from a dumber nation. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Dayo Sobowale, of course, it's great to have you in the program.